VLR.
This show is produced by IJReview.com.
This show is copyright by VLR Media. All opinions of panelists and guests are their own and may not reflect the opinion of VLR Media, the host, or anyone else.
Let's be clear. Now let's be clear. Now let's be clear. There are no winners here. Now let's be clear. Now let's be clear. Now let's be clear. There are no winners here.
Two minds are better than one. Time for the right mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum.
Shut up.
Okay, now?
I think it's now.
Okay, welcome to the show. This is The Right Mics with Mike Miller and Michael Hausum. We have the single longest intro in all of radio, which means we get to start. What?
Okay. Well, here I am butting in already. Dude, I listened to our friend of the show, Watson Prunier, does a show on Monday nights with Jason somebody out of Dallas.
Right?
That intro is like an hour and a half.
We've got this song. I mean, I love the the Army You Have song, but there's so many things. It's like, when do I start this show?
But actually, to her credit, Jessica has. Jessica, have you not edited it down a bit as we've spoken along the way?
I edited it down. I edited it down a little bit.
Right.
And also, I used to produce a show where his intro was all of "We're Not Gonna Take It" with
Oh my
the
God, that
network
promo
thing
was
put
great,
in
though.
there, and that was like a 3-minute intro. So, come on, guys.
All right.
Okay, so whining aside, welcome to The Right Mics. This is our last official and last unofficial show of the 2014 calendar year. So we are going to spend a significant chunk of time talking about the things that we thought about earlier in the year that, upon retrospect and with a little reflection, we think were wise and sagacious.
Yeah, of course we do. Hey, listen.
So,
Well, go ahead. No, go ahead. This is kind of a loose show today. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think what we should do is we should pick our top 5 stories, each of us, and then we could read sentence by sentence, alternating back and forth for the remainder of the 90 minutes. I think that would be scintillating radio. Mike.
That would confuse people more than we normally do. Hey, listen, let's do this, though. Pimp us in a bit. I don't think we did that well yesterday. And then, before we leave Christmas behind, dude, I have to tell you about a present that I got from my daughter and son-in-law that I really didn't appreciate till this morning. So pimp us in.
Okay, folks, if you'd like to call in over the next 90 minutes, we have no guests, so this is a free thought, free-flowing show, and the number is 412-567-6879. We welcome your calls, your kudos, your congratulations, your verbal expressions of love. You can also follow us on Twitter, and we will certainly interact with you throughout the show via Twitter, and that's at The Right Mics. Also, our blog post. We just put up this morning early the summary of yesterday's fine show with Dan Joseph and John Gabriel, and that is therightmics.us.
You know, not only listen, that was a great show yesterday, and Dan Joseph from MRC and John Gabriel. So not only Joseph, first of all, jumped all over it afterwards, said, love the show. It was a blast. Let's do it again soon. And of course, Gabriel as well. So Gabriel actually won a bona fide internet award, blog award. But then he also won one that he created. You saw that one.
I just thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, man.
Dude, I spit out my Diet Coke when I got to the bottom of that thing.
Well, you know what? Do you have that pulled up? Because maybe you should read through what he had to say.
I don't have it up, but
All right, well, I'll pull it up because I put it on the blog post because it was so good.
it's just completely hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And John published it both on his site, xjohn.com, as well as Ricochet. And I'll just go ahead and read it because it's fairly brief. It is the xjohn.com complete best conservative columnist list of 2014. The end of the year is the perfect time to reflect upon the brilliant prose offered by the political commentariat's bravest voices. A good columnist will offer trenchant observations, cutting satire, or unique policy proposals. But only the truly great will combine all three in a seemingly effortless manner. Better still is the writer who inexplicably remains humble despite his manifest literary gifts, winsome attitude, and raw animal appeal to the opposite gender. Keeping these lofty principles in mind, and with all the votes tallied and retallied, I am honored to unveil the xjohn.com complete best conservative columnist list of 2014. Number 1, John Gabriel.
And then skip to the bottom.
Congratulations to all the winners. See you in 2015.
That was kudos to Gabriel, man. That was great. All right, so I got to tell you about this Christmas present real quick.
Okay,
all right?
please do.
All right, so you knew I bought the Samsung Curve, right? I got the
Right,
surround.
I did.
Yeah, I got the sound system. Obviously you get the Blu-ray from before and the whole bit. So it's the proverbial. You've got you have 42 different controllers on the coffee table, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
So we've all seen these, these kind of all-in-one things or generic remotes. So my daughter got me this Logitech Harmony. Have you seen these things?
No, I have not.
Dude, this thing, first thing you do is you go gather all of your model numbers off all your crap, and then you note what's plugged into where, like video one, or what's plugged into HDMI, or, the Ethernet or whatever have, well, not, excuse me. So then you plug this thing into your computer and you go find those model numbers and you tell it where each is hooked up. So when you're done, as an example, you tell it, watch a DVD. It turns the TV to the right source. It turns on the Blu-ray player. You have the option, whatever you want to watch or what have you, whether or not that it automatically turns on the surround sound system. And it's just amazing. And then if you have a problem, you ask for help. It's got a little display on the front and it tells you, do this or do that. This thing is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so well. I sit and I've got on my TV. I mean, I have an ancient 55-inch. I forget. I forget the TV that I have. I don't know. It's black. It's fairly,
okay. That narrows it down a tad.
It's a Japanese company that I know they make
Toshiba?
solar panels.
Toshiba? No.
No, not
There's a
Toshiba.
million of them. Obviously, it's not a Sony, or you'd know that. Hitachi. I mean, there's a million of them. Anyway.
No, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, and so I've just got two. I've got a DVD remote controller, and then I've got one from Cox that does everything else for me. But that would be cool to have something like that, man.
Well, what I think is cool about it is it automatically switches the TV to the mode that it needs to do what you're telling it to do.
Oh yeah. See, mine. The DVD player will automatically switch the TV, but if I go to cable or something else, I actually have to change the input on the remote control.
Yeah, this thing's at the edge of my my comprehension on how this stuff works. I get it, but again, I'm a closet geek.
You know what? I was just about to make a comment about your age and your connection to technology, and to say that I'm impressed, man. I heard what you didn't say right there.
Right. but you understand. You're able to translate.
Oh, I knew exactly what it was that you didn't say. Oh, Miller, that right there. That's the highlight of the year, man. That was the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Wouldn't that be bad? I mean, like we have the whole like quotes of the show of the year, and if that one was the top and number one, then that's it. And people are going, what?
Expressed
Yeah.
from Miller to Housem, and every single person listening knew exactly what it was he was saying.
Expressed with all his ancient heart.
Oh, okay. Hey, did you happen to see, Mike, this oh, I wrote this post last night, but it just absolutely blew up this morning. It's at almost 350,000 views about the woman on Twitter for her cheating boyfriend, what she gave him for Christmas.
You know what? I don't know that I've seen your. I've not been on the site this morning, but I've seen the story. So you put that up.
Oh yeah.
That is hilarious.
Dude, you know what? It's funny. As Emily sent the thing to me last night, and she said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I'm like, I don't know what I think about this. And then as I was looking at it, I'm like, you know what? What would I do if I found out my significant other was cheating on me? How would I respond to it? And then how would I then let them know that I know? And then
see,
lastly,
listen. You like to call things genius. This is genius. What this woman did.
oh my gosh, this is so genius. And then, of course, the fact that she put it on Twitter, and just see how many, as of last night, oh, you know what? They pulled it down.
They did.
Yeah, there was a link. Good grief, man. Yeah, there was a link, and it's no longer there. The link is no longer active.
Wow.
Oh, that's very. I wonder why they did that.
Who's the they?
I would have to think that it was Twitter that did it.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, can you describe it? Because again, I think again to coin your or borrow your phrase, genius what this woman did.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So here's what happened, folks. At some point, she had discovered that, and I don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend. What's that?
Boyfriend.
Oh, it is? Okay. That was not clear to me that it was, the word partner and significant other were used. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what she did is she printed out a bunch of screenshots of text messages back and forth between her boyfriend and some other woman. She printed them out on paper, and then she wrapped those in Christmas wrapping, and then presented them to him as a gift. So he gets, it's Christmas morning. He starts unwrapping the Christmas gifts, opens them up, and it's printed out screenshots. And then she took pictures of the gifts and him unwrapping it, and then posted that on Twitter. Oh my gosh,
That is
so absolutely hilarious.
I mean, that's absolutely hilarious. And listen, I'm not just going to single out guys, but I think probably guys may have more of a propensity to lie their asses off even when they're caught. I mean, the old story, like even if she sees you in bed with someone, lie and say that wasn't you. But I mean, how can this guy, what would run through your mind as you're opening your gift, in air quotes, and you see these printed out tweets?
You mean if it was me that was cheating?
Yeah, I mean, would you just like walk into the bedroom and pack your crap and just leave without even saying anything, or what?
Oh my gosh.
Or would you take the route, honey, I didn't mean it, it's not the way it looked, and because that's the other alternative. Guys try to lie their asses off and out of stuff.
It didn't mean anything. I was thinking about you the whole time.
I felt sorry for her. She had told me she was going to kill herself. Honey, I didn't mean it. You're the one that I've ever only loved. I mean, at that point, I think that's pretty much out the window, right?
You know what? Yeah, for me, apparently men. I saw this somewhere. Maybe somebody put it. Oh, you know what? This was an editor's note added on the story. This is at the end. I did not put this in. According to the Huffington Post YouGov poll, not everyone considers cheating a deal breaker. For example,